We're always told that success is all about discipline and just raw hard work. And yeah, that might get you into the top 10%. But what if I told you the rules for reaching the absolute top? I'm talking the 1% are completely different. Let's dive in. See, on one side, you've got the conventional wisdom, right? Just work more hours, be more disciplined, grind harder. That's the playbook for the top 10%. But over here, on the other side, the elite playbook is about something else entirely: systems design. It's not about muscling through your day, it's about engineering a life where success is the path of least resistance.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. The person who shared this framework literally went from being homeless to becoming a multi-millionaire investor, advising billion-dollar companies. His secret? It wasn't more hustle. It was designing systems that did the heavy lifting for him. And that's the core idea we're going to unpack today.
So, where do we even begin? Well, we start by tearing down the biggest myth of all, this idea that we have an endless supply of willpower. The truth is, your willpower is a lot more like a gas tank, and it has a very, very real limit.
Just think about it like this. Every single decision you make, from what to wear to how to respond to that annoying email, and every distraction you resist, like that notification on your phone or the smell of coffee brewing, it all sips a little bit of fuel from that tank. So by the end of the day, it's no wonder you're running on empty.
To see this in action, let's look at this fascinating study. Researchers brought people into a lab that smelled of delicious, fresh-baked cookies. One group was told specifically not to eat them. After that, both groups were given an impossible puzzle to solve.
And the result? Wow. You'd think the group with the quote-unquote strong willpower would do better, right? Nope. The group that had to resist the cookies, they gave up on the puzzle 50% faster. Just resisting those cookies drained their mental fuel, leaving them with way less energy for the hard task that came next.
So here's the crucial point. This isn't a character flaw. It's not a moral failing. It's just biology. I mean, look at this real-world example. Studies have shown that judges are way more likely to deny parole in the afternoon than in the morning. Same cases, same judges. But their mental fuel for making those tough, empathetic decisions has been burned up throughout the day.
So, if willpower is a faulty engine, how do we get where we want to go? Well, we stop relying on it. Instead, we engineer commitment. We literally build traps for ourselves, good traps, that force us to grow.
In behavioral design, they call these forcing functions. These are constraints you create to corner yourself, to make your desired action pretty much inevitable. Think of the Spanish conquistador, Hernán Cortés. When he landed in Mexico, he was outnumbered and facing impossible odds. So what'd he do? He ordered his men to sink their own ships. There was no retreat. The only way was forward. That, my friends, is a forcing function.
And you can build these in your own life. It's actually pretty easy. Number 1, make a public commitment. Tell everyone your goal. That social pressure is a powerful, powerful motivator. 2, add financial stakes. Pay for that course or the gym membership up front. 3, cut the access. Just delete the distracting apps from your phone. And 4, time box it. Give yourself a hard 90-minute window to get something done. No excuses.
Okay, so we've trapped ourselves externally. That's great. Now let's move to the internal game. How do we engineer our own biology and literally program our brains for automatic success?
Get this, the world's fastest man, Noah Lyles, has ADHD. So he knows he can't just rely on focus or willpower in the usual sense. Instead, he relies on rhythm and routine. 6 days a week, same track, same playlist, same warm-up. He says that when the gun goes off, he's not even thinking. His body just knows what to do. Now that's not discipline, that is brilliant design.
And we can build that exact same automatic response with a super simple tool. It's called an if-then plan. You're not just setting some vague goal, you're creating a simple, powerful rule in your brain. If this specific thing happens, then I automatically do this other thing. And to see just how powerful this is, check this out. Researchers studied students who were trying to exercise more. One group was just told to set a goal. I want to work out more. Look at this number. 62% of them failed.
But the other group, they created a specific if-then plan. Something like, if it's Monday at 7 a.m., then I will be at the gym. And this is where it gets crazy. Their failure rate was just 9%. See the difference? They took the decision, the debate, the whole willpower struggle out of the equation. They just ran the code. Now, you might be thinking, okay, these systems are great for starting new habits, but what about when you're already an expert? Well, here's the paradox. The more of an expert you become, the more you actually need to outsource your brain power. Let me tell you a quick story about the famous surgeon Atul Gawande. He was trying to figure out why these world-class surgeons were still making preventable mistakes. I mean, they had the skills, but under pressure, things went wrong. His solution was, well, it was stunningly simple.
He worked with the World Health Organization to create a simple 19-step checklist. It included things as basic as confirming the patient's name and marking the correct leg for surgery. And the results? They were absolutely staggering. Post-surgical complications fell by 36%. Deaths dropped by a whopping 47%. Same surgeons, same skills, but now they had a system as a safety net.
And this is the key insight right here. Checklists aren't for beginners. They are essential for experts. It's why a pilot with 10,000 flight hours still reads the same pre-flight checklist every single time. Not because she forgot how to fly, but because under pressure, you don't trust your memory, you trust the system.
So we've built external traps, we've programmed internal algorithms. What's next? Well, the final step is the most profound. It's when you practice these systems so consistently that you don't just use the system, you become the system.
You know, we have this all backward. We wait around to feel motivated to do the hard work. But the secret that all the great artists and leaders and masters know is this. Motivation doesn't drive repetition. It's the other way around. Repetition is what creates motivation.
I mean, check out this incredible study from Harvard. They scanned the brains of Tibetan monks during meditation and found that their brain waves were perfectly synchronized with each other. They weren't trying to do this. After years and years of repetition, their very nervous systems had just evolved the pattern. They became the rhythm.
And this is the ultimate endgame. When you stick with a system long enough, something magical happens inside your brain. It stops chasing the reward at the end, that successful outcome, and it actually starts to crave the repetition, the process itself. Your own biology starts to pull you forward, and doing hard things starts to feel automatic. So forget about trying to change your entire life overnight. That never works. Instead, just ask yourself this one simple question. What one tiny rule, one simple if-then plan will you design for your tomorrow? Because if you build the right systems, I promise you, those systems will build the right you.